You open your eyes and for a moment, there's stillness. The soft morning light spills through the curtains, quiet and golden. You try to stretch, just a little, but there it is again. That tight, seizing grip in your calf. Like your muscles are trying to remind you that time has passed. You sit at the edge of the bed, rubbing the ache with gentle hands that have done a lifetime of work. Gardening, lifting grandchildren, holding loved ones, living fully. But now, even something as simple as walking to the kitchen can feel like a cautious negotiation with your own body. And you wonder, not with fear, but with quiet curiosity, is this just how it is now? You've watched friends slow down. Some are no longer here. You felt your own energy shift, your muscles tighten, your confidence dip. And yet, in the midst of all this change, a new thought stirs. What if it doesn't have to be this way? What if your body is still listening, still capable of healing, still yearning for ease? Have you ever paused and asked yourself, how do I want to age? Not just survive, but truly live, with grace, with strength, with fewer aches and more moments of peace. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming comfort, dignity, and the simple joy of walking without pain. Today, you'll discover 5 powerful foods that don't just soothe leg cramps. They help restore balance and strength from the inside out. Because healing isn't behind you. It's right here, quietly waiting to begin. Leg cramps may seem like a small thing, just a twinge in the night, a sudden spasm while you're walking, or that sharp jolt that pulls you from peaceful sleep. But if you've lived with them, you know they're more than an inconvenience. They steal your comfort, your confidence, and sometimes even your courage to move. Because when your legs hurt, you hesitate, you sit longer, you walk less, you start to plan your day around avoiding discomfort. And slowly, without even realizing it, the world begins to shrink. The stairs you once climbed with ease now feel like a mountain. A walk to the garden or the mailbox becomes something you second guess. Invitations are turned down. Time with grandchildren becomes shorter. You say things like, maybe not today, maybe another time. And that's the hidden danger. Not just the pain, but the way it chips away at your independence, your freedom, and the life you still want to live. But here's the truth. Quietly waiting beneath the surface, you are not powerless. Your body is still listening. And food, real, nourishing food, can be one of the most powerful ways to speak to it. This isn't about fad diets or fancy supplements. It's about going back to the wisdom of your body and gently giving it what it needs to thrive again. Because leg cramps after 60 aren't just about age. They're about imbalance, dehydration, poor circulation, nutrient loss, things that can be gently, steadily corrected. With the right foods. In the next few minutes, you'll learn about 5 everyday foods that do more than just stop the pain. They rebuild, they restore, they invite your muscles to soften, your blood to flow, and your body to move again, with grace. This is about taking back your comfort, your confidence, your life. One simple change at a time. You've been told it's just age. That aches, stiffness, and those sudden nighttime leg cramps are just part of the deal after 60, after 70, that your body is simply slowing down. But what if that's not entirely true? What if those sharp jolts in your calves, the kind that make you grip the bed frame in the middle of the night, aren't just the toll of passing years, but a quiet cry for something your body is missing, something small, something simple, something within reach. You see, your body isn't trying to punish you. It's trying to talk to you. That ache, that cramp, that fatigue, it's not failure, it's communication. And sometimes what it's asking for isn't a pill or a procedure. It's magnesium, or potassium, or a drop more water, or a touch more care in what you place on your plate. Because while the years do change us, they don't take everything. Not your resilience, not your potential to heal, and certainly not your ability to make small choices that lead to big relief. Have you ever thought, maybe my muscles aren't giving out? Maybe they're just hungry for something they haven't had in a while. What if the most powerful medicine isn't in a cabinet, but in your kitchen? A ripe banana, a handful of leafy greens, a warm glass of something nourishing before bed. These aren't just foods, they're quiet allies. And when you learn how to use them, you give your body the tools it's been asking for all along. In the next section, we'll gently open the door to 5 specific foods that have helped thousands of people over 60. Not just to ease their cramps, but to move again with freedom and peace. So, take a breath. Because this is where the shift begins. Not with struggle, not with strain, but with a few powerful, beautiful choices that can bring you back to ease. Think of your body like an old, well-loved home. The walls may creak a little more. The windows might not seal as tightly as they once did. But the structure, the heart of it, is still standing strong, still full of stories, still full of life. But just like any home, it needs maintenance. Not a complete overhaul, not expensive renovations, just steady, thoughtful care. The kind that keeps everything running smoothly from the inside out. And that's exactly what nutrition becomes after 70. Maintenance for the body you've carried through a lifetime. You might think, I've been eating my whole life. What difference does it make now? But here's the quiet truth most people aren't told. Your body changes the way it absorbs and uses nutrients as you age. The same meals that once fueled you may no longer give you what you need. The digestion slows. The cravings shift. And if you're not careful, little deficiencies can build into big discomforts, like those nighttime leg cramps that seem to come from nowhere. Have you ever sat down to eat and thought, I'm just not as hungry as I used to be? That's common. But what it means is this: when you eat less, every bite matters more. It's not about eating more. It's about eating smarter. A banana with breakfast isn't just a fruit. It's potassium your muscles are begging for. A handful of almonds? That's magnesium, quietly relaxing every tight, twitching fiber in your legs. I once spoke with a woman named Lillian, 76 years old, who swore she was just getting old. Her legs cramped every night. She tried creams, stretches, even sleeping in odd positions. Nothing helped. Until her daughter added spinach and sweet potatoes to her weekly meals. Within a month, the cramps nearly vanished. Lillian didn't need a miracle. She just needed a little magnesium, a little potassium, a little nourishment. Have you ever felt like her? Tired of trying things that don't work, only to discover the answer was on your plate the whole time? This is the quiet power of nutrition. It's not flashy. It's not trendy. But it's one of the most loving things you can give your aging body, the right fuel to keep living, moving, and feeling like you again. You can eat all the right things, take your medications, keep every doctor's appointment. But if you go days without meaningful conversation, if your home is filled with more silence than laughter, if your meals are eaten alone and your stories go unheard, something deeper begins to ache. Because the heart isn't just a muscle. It's where your spirit lives. And when that spirit feels unseen, the body listens. Science is only now beginning to catch up with what so many of us have felt for years. Loneliness can be just as harmful as smoking or poor diet. It raises blood pressure, weakens the immune system, and yes, it even worsens muscle tension and cramps. Have you noticed how your body responds when you feel truly at peace? A warm conversation, a grandchild's smile, a shared meal. Your shoulders soften. Your breath deepens. Your sleep is easier. Even the aches fade a little. There's a man I remember, Walter, 82. His legs would seize up almost every night. His daughter lived in another state. Most of his days were spent in a chair watching television. He once told me, the worst part of this pain isn't the pain. It's feeling like no one even knows it's happening. But something changed when his church started a weekly walking circle for older adults. Just 30 minutes around the garden path, talking with people his age. Within 2 weeks, his legs still hurt, but less. Within a month, the cramps were nearly gone. It wasn't just the walking, it was the connection. Your emotional well-being is not separate from your physical health. It's woven into it. So when we talk about healing leg cramps or aging well, we must also ask, who are you sharing your days with? And more gently, are you feeling heard, valued, loved? Because no food, no vitamin, no stretch can work its full magic without a heart that feels held. This journey isn't just about healing the body, it's about healing the life around it. Sometimes the biggest changes start with the smallest steps. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. You don't have to become a marathon walker or a gourmet chef. What truly matters is what you do every day. The gentle rhythms that nurture your body, mind, and spirit. Have you noticed how some mornings feel smoother than others? How your legs might ache less? Or your energy stays steadier? Those moments are clues. Signs that small habits can tip the balance toward comfort and strength. One simple but powerful habit is hydration. It sounds basic, but drinking enough water is one of the most overlooked ways to prevent leg cramps. When your muscles are thirsty, they contract and spasm. Filling your glass throughout the day isn't just a chore. It's a quiet gift to your body's most hardworking parts. Another tool is movement. Not the kind that wears you out, but the kind that keeps you connected with your body. A slow stretch before bed, a gentle walk around your garden, or simply lifting your legs for a few minutes can improve circulation and ease tight muscles. And don't forget about meals. Instead of drastic diet changes, focus on adding one food rich in potassium or magnesium each day. A banana, a handful of nuts, or some steamed spinach. These nutrients whisper calm to your muscles and help prevent cramps from starting in the first place. I remember Helen, who at 74 began adding a glass of tart cherry juice before bedtime because it was easy and pleasant. Within weeks, she told me, "My legs don't wake me anymore, and I feel like I can finally sleep through the night again." What's one small change you could try this week? Could it be a glass of water first thing in the morning? A few minutes to stretch gently in your favorite chair? Or maybe adding a simple fruit or vegetable to your plate? None of these changes demand perfection. Only kindness toward yourself and your body. Because every small step is a victory. And every victory brings you closer to days without cramps, without pain. Days filled with ease. As the years pass, you might notice something deeper shifting inside, beyond the muscles, beyond the aches, a yearning for meaning, a quiet longing for peace. After 70, purpose isn't just a nice idea, it's a lifeline. It's what colors your days with light and shapes your body's rhythm with gentle strength. Imagine your life as a book. Each chapter builds on the last, carrying lessons, memories, and hopes. But the next chapter? That one is yours to write. No matter the age, the healing power of routine, nature, or community can become your pen. There's something profoundly grounding in simple daily rituals. The morning cup of tea by a sunlit window, the familiar walk through the garden, the weekly call with a dear friend. These moments knit together a sense of belonging and calm, soothing restless muscles and quieting anxious minds. I want to tell you about Margaret, a woman I met who at 78 faced relentless leg cramps and sleepless nights. She had given up on feeling normal, but one day she began tending a small herb garden on her balcony. The act of nurturing life, the earth between her fingers, the smell of rosemary, became a form of prayer and peace. Within months, her cramps lessened. But more than that, Margaret found joy again. She told me, "I didn't just heal my legs, I healed my heart." Letting go of fear of decline, pain, loneliness, opens a space where strength and joy can grow. So, I ask you, what do you want the next chapter of your life to feel like? Is it filled with peace, with connection, with days where your body moves without pain and your spirit feels light? That chapter is still unwritten. And with each small choice, what you eat, how you move, who you reach out to, you hold the pen. Because aging isn't just about the years behind you, it's about the life still waiting to be lived, fully, deeply, beautifully. You've journeyed through stories and truths that remind us all. Aging is not a surrender. It's not the fading of light, but a call to shine in new, deeper ways. From the nights haunted by restless legs to mornings waking with hope, the path you walk is one of transformation. From fatigue to renewed energy, from fear to quiet courage, from decline to resilience, you are not too old. You are not done yet. Your body still listens when you care for it. It still responds when you offer it kindness, through food, through movement, through connection. Remember Lillian, Walter, Helen, Margaret. Their stories are not exceptions. They are reflections of what's possible for you. The power to ease your leg cramps isn't hidden in complicated regimens or unreachable goals. It's in the simple, loving choices you make each day. A glass of water, a gentle stretch, a nourishing meal, a moment of joy shared with another. Be proud that you've come this far. That means you're still fighting for your health, your comfort, your life, and that fight is beautiful. This is your time. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but now. Even if it's slow, even if it's small steps, every step you take is still yours, leading you toward days filled with ease, strength, and grace. So, breathe deeply and know this: the journey to comfort, vitality, and peace is possible. It's waiting for you, right here, right now. Now, before we close, I want to invite you to pause for a moment. What was one thing in today's conversation that made you think differently? Perhaps a new insight about how your body responds, or a simple habit you hadn't considered before. And what small change might you try starting tomorrow morning? Maybe it's reaching for a glass of water, taking a few gentle stretches, or even just allowing yourself to breathe a little deeper. Every change, no matter how small, is a step toward greater ease and comfort. This isn't just a channel. It's a community, a circle where wisdom is shared, where your experiences matter, and where we grow stronger together. If you have a story about your own journey with leg cramps, or a small victory you'd like to share, please leave a comment below. Tag a friend who might benefit from hearing this message so they too can take these gentle steps toward health. Remember, you're not walking this path alone. If what you heard today touched your heart, consider subscribing. Together we're learning, healing, and reclaiming vitality, one day at a time. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for taking care of yourself. Your journey is beautiful, and we're honored to walk alongside you.